clear that the mountain is for everybody. We're not closing the mountain for people in a vehicle or in a bus at all. What we're cutting is the traffic. This is out, but we are keeping the access. And so working also with the STM to make it more accessible for people to go to the mountain.
I use it as a daily route to get to my office, which is on Notre Dame on the canal, and I love driving over the mountain.
I think the mountain should be a place to train for cyclists.
It seems to be a war on cars. I mean, given the reduction of parking spaces, given the reduction of parking spaces to create bike lanes in various boroughs. As a Montrealer, I feel disrespected.
Fully charged and ready to roll. The Elias Mako Show. CJAD 800.
Oh, she'll be coming around the mountain. Except if you want to get across the mountain in your vehicle. It's time to talk about the big decision that was made by the city of Montreal yesterday. Camillien Houde Way on Mount Royal closed to through traffic. Taking out the asphalt, putting in trees will cost $90 million. And by 2029, the vehicles for through traffic are out. You will still be able to drive from one side of the mountain onto the mountain, but not get the other way. It's going to, man, that's a pickle for people coming from the other side of the mountain. There'll be paths for pedestrians, paths for cyclists. There will be an exception for emergency vehicles that will be able to use it when needed. With more on this, let's go to the opposition at City Hall. Aref Salem is leader of Ensemble Montreal. Monsieur Salem, welcome back.
Thank you, Elias.
Your reaction to the decision made by the mayor yesterday?
Well, basically, that's exactly how Projet Montréal is governing the city, with ideology. As for Ensemble Montréal, we work with debate, with pragmatism. Yesterday, the mayor, and not just yesterday, if you go back with the pilot project that she decided to do a few years ago, she said even clearly that after giving the chance to the Montrealers to express themselves with the OCPM, she can backward if the OCPM wants that. The first recommendation of the OCPM is to keep this line open for vehicles, for pedestrians, and for cyclists. That's what, in my opinion, that's disrespectful for the 10,000 people that they went and expressed themselves and debate about it, and this is disrespectful for the OCPM by itself. They put a lot of resources, and they end up with no one is listening to them.
Mr. Salem, what is your vision for Mount Royal? Because it's one thing to knock the plan by the city, but I think at the same time, to be a compelling official opposition, you need to be able to provide a vision for the mountain. And by the way, it can be status quo. What's your vision for the mountain?
It's easy. My vision, it's the same vision of the 10,000 people that they participated in elaborating the new vision of the OCPM. What we're saying is you have to keep the vehicles to pass through the mountain and make sure that you redevelop you secure the passage of the pedestrian and the cyclist. Things that the mayor, she didn't do from 2019 when the recommendation was done until now. It's 4 years. And when she starts to work on it, it's going to be in 4 years from now. And in 2025, there is an election. She might not be here, too.
Yes.
So she's planning forever, on things that probably Montrealers, they will decide something else in 2025.
Well, so then let's get there, right? Let's talk a little bit about 2025, okay? Yeah. Because here's the thing, for everyone that hates this decision, right? And for everyone who hates the bike paths on Ball and curbs and park extension, okay? There's an election that's coming up, right? And elections can be won and lost on this. What does your party need to do between now and 2 years from now when we've got an election in order to be a cohesive alternative to Projet Montréal? Because when I see Projet Montréal, I really do see it's a well-oiled machine that's working. With Ensemble, I see flashes of it working, but it's not always the case where I see vision. So what do you think you need to do here so that in 2 years you can have an alternative that Montrealers really know what your party stands for?
Building a platform, it doesn't it takes time, and that's what we're doing. Last Saturday, we were all the elected officials together working on our next step, next vision, how we're going to see Montreal for the next 2 years. And we're working on this platform now. We'll tell you, during the election, what we're going to talk about the culture, about economic development, about environment, about habitation. So there is a lot of stuff that, we have to touch. Just for this issue now, the problem that Projet Montréal and Mrs. Blount is doing, it's they're working with an ideology. And you cannot just work for one part of the population. You have to be more inclusive for every part of the population. And basically, that's what the OCPM said. They said, and by the way, the president of the OCPM, which is Dominique Olivier, she's now the president of the executive committee. She's the one that listened to the 10,000 people. She's the one, she wrote the recommendation. And the first recommendation was to keep this accessibility for cars, for pedestrian, and for cyclists, and make sure at least we can secure the passage of everyone. She was the one that she did it. Now, they turned their back for the 10,000 people that they went and debate and asked at least to keep this the way it is.
What do you say to someone who looked at the announcement yesterday and sees these images, and let's be honest, a pathway for people to walk and a pathway for cyclists and so many trees covering those paths? It looks beautiful. What do you say to someone that says, oh, well, look at that. I can't wait to walk on that path. I can't wait to bike on that path. I like that vision. What do you say to them?
I'm going to say to them, we're in a green space anyway. And we're going to keep a 6-meter pathway for the emergency vehicles. So in any case, we're putting asphalt there. In any case, we're gonna redevelop the whole area. Let us develop it in a way that we can, as pedestrian, as cyclists, and as cars, we can go and come on the streets and on this road. Elias, with this measure that they're putting in place, they're gonna keep a way 6 meters away for emergency vehicles to go and come down the hill, but not for the cars. Mm-hmm. We're penalizing, and this, in the winter, we have to clean it. We have to make sure there's no snow, there's nothing there. So we're having the path, but, it's not accessible for the people.
We've kept all the cost and removed a significant part of the benefit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to continue to pay operationally for, to clean the place and make sure that the emergency vehicles can pass through, go up and down. And, we're paying it out of the tax of Montrealers, but we're not giving them the accessibility to the mountain if they want to go with a car.
Mr. Salem, listen, I just want to make sure we end off this interview where I'm on the same page here. Are you the guy? Are you the one who's going to be leader of the party in the next election? Because I want to make sure we're prepared for the next couple of years here. Do you know yet? It's a genuine question. I'm not trying to catch you.
No, I know it's a genuine question, but I will let you know on time, when I decide if I'm going to go there or not. For now, what I'm doing is I'm building this party to be really a constructive alternative to Projet Montréal and the administration of Mrs. Blount.
Aref Salem is the leader of Ensemble Montreal. Thank you so much for coming on this morning.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
And I should point out, Projet Montréal, someone from Projet Montréal is going to join us at 11:30 to discuss this issue as well.